Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Sheen, your host. This is Money Matters. In this channel, we talk about money, finance, how to grow your money, how to invest your money, how to make money work hard for you. Let's get started with my video. I figured that a lot of new subscribers have come onto my channel because I started talking about SPACs, special acquisition companies, special purpose acquisition companies. So I'm going to do an update about some SPACs, basically the top 5 SPACs that I am very bullish on. We're going to go through the list. I'm going to briefly talk about the company, not too much in depth, but I'm going to also show you my position, everything in my portfolio I share publicly. So everything is out there for you guys to see. My cost basis, how many shares I have, etc., etc. So let's get started. First one is Shell, SHLL. So here is Shell Tortoise Acquisition Company. This is the company that is going to merge with Helion. I did about, I think, 3 videos on Helion, a lot of in-depth about what they're doing. So check that out if you like. But basically, Helion is trading at $21.99. And so for the last roughly probably close to 2 weeks, Helion has found a new home at this price point at $21, $22. And so what that tells me is Helion is very stable. The people that are in Helion believe in Helion for the long term. At least they're going to wait until the merger to see what happens, to see if the company can execute, bring their new product, the HRX Hypertruck HRX, to the market, and see how their sales are. They're going to start reporting more numbers, and so I think a lot of investors are just waiting for this merger. So they're not a lot of speculative like traders in the stock anymore, at least right now. So that's why it's found a new home. Even the volume is really low. The trade every day, the trades are very low. So the people that are holding now are in it for at least until the merger, and like me, personally, even beyond the merger. So Helion has a new home at $21, $22, and so I think that's a pretty strong entry point if anybody is interested in getting into this. I am personally picking up shares at $21, $22. I initially bought in at about $15. It ran up to, I think, 30 some dollars. Then it came back down to like $25. I sold some at $25. Hindsight's 2020. I probably should have just held on to it, but anyways, I did buy back in at I think $21, $22. So I am back in at average cost basis. I think now is roughly $19 because I didn't sell my entire position initially. So Helion, this is the map of the compressed natural gas stations in the United States. You can see it is pretty robust, already built out, and so Helion is going to take advantage of this compressed natural gas. Another thing is Daddy Buffett, Warren Buffett, the GOAT, has spoken. He has purchased Dominion Energy. They are all their natural gas assets. So it was a $10 billion deal. And you know what? When Daddy Buffett speaks, everyone should perk up their ears and pay attention to what's going on. I think he knows a thing or two. So if he believes in compressed natural gas, all I have to say is I think there's a bright future for Helion. So again, Helion stock is trading around $21, $22. I think it's an excellent entry point if anybody wants to get in before the merger that's going to happen in, I think, September, end of September. So here's my position. Again, so basically I have a cost basis of $19.46. I am currently up 13% on this portfolio, and I am currently purchasing anytime I see this at the $21, $22 range. Next one is Fortress Acquisition. This is a company that just came onto the scene in the news. I think broke probably 3-4 days ago. So literally probably just 5 days of this upward movement. It was trading at $10 where all SPACs start off, and it shot up to $14.44 after hours today. This one is definitely one to watch. I would say probably if you could get it anywhere between $12 and $15 is probably a decent entry point. It may fall back down to $12, $13, but I am pretty interested in this company as long as it's under $15. So what is Fortress? They are combining with MP Materials, and MP Materials, their goal is to bring rare earth material mining supply chain back to the United States. All right, so I think with this whole illness 19, a lot of people have been just looking around their lives. At least governments should be looking around and say, what have we been doing in the last 10, 20, 30 years? We've been just pretty much relying on other countries for the supplies and the things that we desperately need, to run our country, to run our factories, and is absolutely just gotten out of control. So you mean this whole illness 19 situation and happened, and then hospitals are on short supply because the things that they need are not made in the United States. Most of the things, the materials and the products are made in China. So I think a lot of people have woken up and just absolutely ridiculous that things so important as supplies, gloves, masks are not sourced in the United States. It's absolutely ridiculous. A lot of tools are not even made in the United States. So you're telling me, like, if we got into a war, we would not be able to fix our own stuff because we don't have enough tools, because all our tooling is not made in the United States anymore. I think this whole illness 19 situation should have woken a lot of people up that we need to bring a lot of this stuff back into the United States. A lot of these materials, all these really important things for us to run our own country, to run our own companies, needs to be sourced in the good old United States. So check this out. Here is a list of all the metals and the leading producers. The United States does not appear on this list at all, and it's absolutely just ridiculous and somewhat sad. So what does MP Materials mine for? Basically, they mine for materials that make magnets. So look at this map. Again, basically most of this stuff is coming out of China. MP Materials is the only player in the United States out of California, and they mine for, like I said, materials, rare earth materials, to make basically magnets. And so these magnets are needed for basically what's going to run our economy for the next 10, 15, 30, 40 years. Everything that you think is important in the next level technology, that's what these magnets are needed. In electric vehicles, the electric motors need these magnets. In wind turbines for wind energy, these magnets are needed. So check out this chart. Wind turbines, industrial automation, robotics, electric vehicles, drone, public transportation, electric aviation. This is all stuff that we see in our future in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Obviously this is the future. Is robotics, aviation, electric vehicles. Like, all this is desperately needed, and the materials, the raw materials, we cannot be relying on other countries for what we need in our own country. So MP Materials, the only player mining for rare earth materials in the United States. So I think this is a very important situation, and I think a lot of Americans are going to wise up and realize how important this is. Especially the government should wise up and support companies like this. So my position on this company, I have cost basis of $10.85. So I got in this basically at the very bottom, which is a nice level of safety. So if anything happens, it will not really fall much lower than this. $10 is basically the bottom. So I am cost basis again was $10.85, and I am up currently 14.29%. All right, next one is Opes, OPES. They are the company that is going to bring BurgerFi to IPO. So this company is trading at $11.88 at the close of today. So basically they are almost at the rock bottom. These SPAC companies, they usually just trade for $10, in the $10 range. If there's no acquisition, that's what they trade for. And so now they're only trading at $11.88. So I think basically a lot of traders have exited this stock, and they just don't want to hold on to this stock. A lot of people probably just lost interest in this stock, and with the whole illness 19 situation being that this is a restaurant, restaurant closures, etc., etc. A lot of people just have just put their money elsewhere. But BurgerFi is definitely positioning themselves to take advantage of any situation that they can. And so check this out. Their deliveries are booming. The chain has seen sales increase 60% in 2020, recording double-digit increases even before the pandemic began. So they're doing a lot of deliveries. You see two of their little delivery vehicles right there. So they are definitely, taking advantage of any situation that they can, like I said. So I think this is one to look at. If you could get in at a cost basis of $11, $12, they have plans to expand their franchise stores and expand their corporate stores, and they are reporting amazing revenues even with this whole illness 19 situation. So something to consider. This is pretty much the rock bottom where BurgerFi or Opes is trading at. So, if you have any outlook that is, 1 year, 18 months down the line, I think this is a pretty strong one to get in. So my cost basis here is $13.53. And so I am down roughly 12.19% on this one. I may pick up some more shares if it stays down at this $11 range. All right, next one is Lancadia Holdings, LCA. I made a whole video. Check out my video on LCA Golden Nugget Online Gaming, where I think I spent probably 15-20 minutes going through all my points of online gaming. So check out that video. But basically, LCA Golden Nugget, so they are trading at roughly $14.55. And so big news that came out just a few days ago, there's a sports betting ETF that has just added the SPAC LCA to their ETF, and so people that are invested in that ETF are also getting a piece of that SPAC. So it just shows you that there are strong believers in this Golden Nugget Online Gaming, and also they are only operating in New Jersey, because New Jersey is the only state that allows online casino gaming. But they are expanding into Indiana and Michigan. So in Michigan, I think it's already legal, so check this out. Additionally, Michigan has added several different types of gambling to the mix after Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed the gaming expansion bill on her desk. Sports betting, online casinos, online poker, and fantasy sports became law of the land. So my personal opinion is it's just going to be one state after the other. Pretty much like the MJ space, it's going to be one state after the other before it just spreads to every single state, because a lot of states need this revenue. The government, with their terrible balance sheet, I think it's like $22-23 trillion in debt, definitely needs a lot of revenue. So I do see this, coming state by state, and it'll be massive. And if you were able to get in at $14-15 a share, I think in the long run, probably 3, 5, maybe 7 years down the line, you might look back and say, I'm really happy to get in at $14-15 a share. All right, Lancadia Holdings, this is my personal position. So obviously I'm pretty bullish on this one. I have $3,400 in this one. Cost basis is actually a little high at $15.25. It is trading roughly at $14.55 now, and I am down 4.62% on this one. All right, guys, so that's my video. Those are the 5 SPAC stocks that I really believe in, that I'm the most bullish on. So if you guys found any value in my video, consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, pushes YouTube algorithm, spreads my channel, spreads my videos to other people. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.